Hi, I'm Rose, and I don't understand why men disappear and then reappear as if nothing happened. I just don't get it. I've been talking to this guy on a dating app. He's charming, attentive, and makes me laugh in a way I haven't in years. Honestly, I'm excited, maybe too excited. But then, out of nowhere, he vanishes. No responses, no explanations, just silence. Days later, he shows up again, acting like everything's fine. Is it me? Am I just another option to him? Why does he do this? It all started 2 weeks ago. I matched with Daniel, a man with a warm smile and kind eyes. Our first messages were casual fun. He asked about my favorite coffee, and when I mentioned my love for caramel lattes, he joked, "Looks like I found my coffee soulmate." His words felt genuine, and before long, we were sharing stories about our lives. Daniel was thoughtful. He remembered little details about me, like how I always wear my grandmother's ring for luck, or that I was trying to learn French. One day, he messaged me, "Check your email. Thought you might like this." It was a gift card to my favorite coffee shop, with a note, "For your caramel latte cravings." My heart melted. We talked late into the night, planning our first date, a coffee meetup at a cozy spot downtown. I pictured what it would be like to see him in person, hear his laugh, feel the connection I was sure we had. But then the messages stopped. I sent something casual, "Hey, hope you're having a good day." But there was no response. Hours turned into days. I couldn't focus at work. Every time my phone buzzed, my heart raced, only to sink when it wasn't him. My mind spiraled. Did I say something wrong? Did he lose interest? I replayed our conversations, looking for clues, but nothing made sense. The silence was deafening, and the worst part was not knowing why. 4 days later, he reappeared. "Hey, Rose. Sorry for going quiet. Work's been crazy. How's my coffee soulmate doing?" His words carried the same sweetness that had drawn me in, but now they felt different. Forced, maybe. Or was I overthinking? I wanted to be mad, to demand an explanation, but instead I replied, "I'm okay." "You had me worried." He apologized again, saying he'd been swamped but hadn't stopped thinking about me. "Let's plan that coffee date," he said. And just like that, the silence was erased. Except it wasn't. The crack in my heart remained. His words were sweet, his attention magnetic, but I couldn't shake the fear that he'd vanish again. I wanted to trust the connection we'd built. But trust doesn't grow in silence, it unravels. Our conversation picked up again, but there was a shadow hanging over it. He sent me a playlist of songs he thought I'd love, and I listened, feeling a bittersweet longing with every melody. He asked about my French lessons, and even sent me an audiobook to help. Those gestures melted my heart, but they also confused me. How could someone so thoughtful be so inconsistent? The date never happened. A week later, he disappeared again. This time, I didn't chase him. I stared at the unread messages, wondering if I'd hear from him again. Part of me wanted to block him, to protect my heart from this roller coaster. But another part still clung to the hope that he'd come back, that there'd be an explanation, that he'd stay. Why do men do this? Is it fear, disinterest, or something else entirely? I wish I knew. All I know is it hurts. It makes you question your worth, doubt the sincerity of every kind word. Have you ever been through this too? What would you do in my place?